Hello there and welcome back to another video, part 2 of Silly's underwater world. But you know what, we could just call her Silly the underwater girl. So last video we did a drawing of Silly where we used markers and a new set of acrylic painting. However, this time I decided to change stuff up a bit, which you're going to see soon. Anyway, I do hope you guys enjoy this drawing. If you've enjoyed the last drawing, you might. I'm not sure yet. I'm just here sitting, listening to scary stories, editing these videos and trying to make a good impression on you guys with how the drawings turned out and how I paint them. Except this one I think I did a little messy because I currently have a cold. No, I do not have the coronavirus. I have allergies and I have a dog. I was the mom to 3 cats, but they had to go because they made my allergies worse. I do miss them a lot, but they're rehome. They're in a much better place where their new cat mommy can love them better than what I can, because it had gotten to the point where I couldn't pick them up. And no, I did not go out and buy cats knowing that I'm sick and allergic to them. People usually stray them away. We got Chloe when she was very little. Someone had strayed her away, and I picked her up. I spoon fed her to bottle feeding her to when she became an adult, and I really do miss her a lot. But we have our baby Loki. He did not come in any of my video. He's currently at the side in the hall playing. I can hear him, so he's well and all. Anyway, so you know how I mentioned that I have about 5 windows where I'm drawing, or in case I've never mentioned it before, where I have my little drawing area set up. I have 5 big windows here. 3 of them are joined with each other. That's over on the west side of the room, and on the north side of the room we have these 2 huge windows, and when I sit down I can look out these 2 windows. And at night it's scary. I mean, I have my neighbor's house. I can see their door and their stairs and stuff like that, but they're currently in bed. I don't even know the time. Oh, they're in bed early. Anyway, so they're currently in bed and I am just out here alone, and I can just see out, and there are a few feet separating us. Not a lot. I'm gonna guess maybe 10 feet separating us. I've got about 5 to, actually no, it's like more than 10 feet, because I've got a few feet in the yard to the fence, and then there's from the fence to their house. It's definitely walking distance, like you can come out of the house and run it, but it's still scary, especially at night when the only thing on is the light by their door and then my light inside the house and everywhere else is just dark out there. It is a bit scary. Now, I think we should focus on this drawing, which I do love. I feel as though there's so many things in the background. Like every time I do a drawing with her, there's so many activities going on, especially with the corals, the flowers, the life on the seabed, and sometimes it just gets so frustrating drawing in so many things, especially the stones that I love to do with the black, brown and gray. I feel they look really cute, but it's just that there's so many you have to put in individually that it gets so tired. But so far I've just been doing a drawing a day. I did these a few days back, but I didn't post them, mainly because I hadn't gotten around to editing them. Also, I was supposed to give a book review on it, but I didn't do the book review. And like I said, for this one I did things a bit different. I wanted the paper to stick down because that would usually be easier, where the paper would go all the way around, and I did it using the watercolor and the acrylic paint. But looking back at it, I love the way how the markers colored it. And these 2 papers, I took them from my I think the name is Strathmore or something like that. I took them from the Strathmore sketchbooks. It was one of these sketching books that I took it from. The cover for it is gone. It was a very old sketchbook of mine. I got it last year, not that old. I got it from my niece last year, which I do appreciate. So I just took out the page and decided that I was going to do the painting on it. I folded the page in half because I thought it was too big, and then I just did it. Something I didn't really like about a watercolor was that the brush, if it had too much water on it, and you just put down, especially if you're going over a fine area, then the water would just drip onto it and it could create a mess. But you can take a cloth and just like try to sop up that amount of water. I used my finger to do it when I colored the fish, and I added a bit too much. Also, the watercolor was highly pigmented, and when I wanted it light, I had some difficulties with that. But it was pretty nice to work with a watercolor, even though I had barely a little control with them. So maybe next time I can just watch some tutorial videos on how to work with watercolors, especially when I'm working in such a small space. Or maybe I can just stick to the markers for now, because the brush markers seem to do a pretty good job on these small spaces. So we're coming up to the end of this video, and I mentioned in the last video I really want to do a drawing with both Silly and Mer, the mermaid. Now that we've got the name of Silly, we've already got her personality from the last video. She's this funny, upbeat person who loves fishes and the underwater world, and she's never been above the surface. Now that we've established her name, Silly, I really do think that name fits her. And what's something I'd like to add is that she can also help take care of the fishes underwater. Maybe, I mean, I know there's not much she can do, but maybe she can help them out with certain things. But some other things that we need to figure out is, there's sharks underwater. Is she afraid of the sharks too? If so, well, obviously she's going to need to be afraid of the sharks. But then, like how these fishes can talk to her and play with her, I want to put it that the sharks can do the same too. Like, they can talk, and maybe some of them are mean or something like that. I even have to include dolphins and whales and many other aspects with the underwater world. I mean, it's a bit difficult putting in all those stuff, especially when it comes to the tiny detail. And then with the page so small, I mean, I know I could go bigger, but then that means drawing more stuff. I mean, if I use a bigger page, I will have more areas to fill in where I could definitely add in the whales, or maybe I can put in a few crabs, lobsters, maybe some more turtles, because out of the 2 drawings I've only had 1 turtles inside. So maybe it's just these tiny fishes that she plays with. And I'm guessing maybe because these are the only fishes that are opened up to playing with her as yet. I know I haven't put in any detail in stone as yet, and I'm just keep saying maybe like if this is a real thing, but to me it kind of is. This would be like a little lost world where I can go and just dream about. I mean, that's what art is. It's about creating your own adventure, making your own story, and this story hasn't pieced together. So in the next video we might definitely get a story from it. We might definitely finalize why you don't see any other creatures like dolphin. I mean, I know the reason why you don't see them, mainly because I can't draw them. So you know what, I can work on that. If I am dedicated to this, I'm dedicated to Silly and Mer, I will definitely find a way to draw these creatures in the water too, and I will make space for them. So I will try my best to bring you some more content with Silly and Mer, but for now it will just be Silly. I hope you guys like this video. If so, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned. Turn on notification for more content like this, or maybe even better content. Also, stay safe during quarantine. Remember to wash your hand, be safe, stay healthy, eat healthy, and just be the best version of yourself. Have fun.